Hey guys, it's Robin. Today I'm going to show you how to make these really cute scrap-friendly bow keychains for your bag. So you're going to need fabric, cotton or flannel will do best, a ruler, fabric shears, and then you can use stuffing or fabric scraps. You're going to cut one 4.5 by 11 inch piece, one 4.5 by 10.5 inch piece, and one 2 by 8 inch piece. And then you're going to take that 4.5 and 11 inch piece and fold it hot dog style. You're going to want to cut off the edges, making it look like a trapezoid, and you're going to sew all the way around, leaving a gap in the middle. Make sure to backstitch at the beginning and the end and cut off those corners so you get a nice point. Turn it inside out and give it a good press one more time. You really want those corners to look pointy and you want to make sure that those open edges catch each other so it's easier when we top stitch. You're going to take it back to your machine and just top stitch all around. Make sure you back stitch again at the beginning and the end. There it is. And now you're going to get started on the actual fluffy bow piece. So you're going to press that 10.5 by 4.5 piece and sew all the way down on that open edge. I just used the 1/4 inch foot as my seam allowance. And then you're going to turn it inside out. You can use a pen or whatever works best for you. Now you're going to fill it. Normally I use stuffing, but here I use fabric scraps, and you're going to sew those edges together. Flip the raw edge to the inside, and you can take a rainbow loom tie or elastic or string and just tie it together like so. Put that other piece we made and slip it under that elastic part or that band part so you get the bow. And then here's the important part. You're going to take the 2 by 8 inch piece and fold it in half once and press. As you can see me doing here, really use that steam and get yourself a good solid line that you can use. From there, this is the hard part. You can use bias tape if you find it easier. You're going to want to fold the two sides on the opposite side of that line into the middle and fold it in half again. So you really want to create a bias tape looking like piece. And then sew all the way down, making sure to back stitch at the beginning and the end, like always. Turn it so it's wrapped around that elastic or whatever, and slip your keychain ring inside. This is the hardest part. You want to sew as close to the bow as possible so it's nice and tight. And then you're going to cut off that excess fabric, and you're going to turn that thing that's tying it all the way together so that the raw edge is on the inside and that we can't see it at all. So you want a really nice, clean seam. Just make sure you're turning the whole band that's covering the band around. You want to make sure that when you sew it down, it's loose enough that you can turn it inside out, because you're going to have to do that unless you want a raw edge. And then I like to move that exposed seam, regardless if it's clean or not, all the way to the bottom of the bow where everything like kind of meets together. That way we can't see it when viewing it from the top of the bow. As you can see there, so it's at the bottom where everything meets. And then I like to move the ring to the top. And you've got yourself the cutest little bow keychain ever. I love making these. They're super easy and super cute, and a good way to use up your scraps. So this was one of my best-selling products at my last market. I love them because they're easy to make. I think I can charge them relatively low, and people seem to like that too. And I thought I would just show you guys how you can use them, since I got a lot of questions about that, surprisingly. So one of the ways that I like to use them is on my keys. So this is just my house keychain. I made this one for myself out of little chicken fabric. And yeah, it's just cute. It's kind of different, and it's really easy to find in your bag just because it's so like big and bulky. So in addition to your key ring, I'd say probably the most common way to use them is on your purses, on your backpacks. I think they're really cute because they're just, if you have the fabric for it, they're kind of a way of individualization. So like my chicken one, like I just showed you, I just like it because it's kind of quirky and different. I know like Hermes has been going out there recently with like their twillies that you wrap around the handle. So I just put one of my extras on this little bag, and I think it's so cute. It just adds like a little flair. You can add it to whatever part via the key ring, obviously. And yeah, I just think it's adorable. So you should totally go and make one for yourself, and I think you'll love it.